Hello and welcome back to a midweek review on the Football Zone. Haven't said that for a while, but anyway, this was a huge midweek of action. Loads of big games in the Premier League. Wolves 2, Chelsea 1 was maybe one of them. Olivier Giroud put Chelsea 1-0 ahead in the first half in the 49th minute before goals from Podence and Neto right at the death sealed a crucial win for Wolves because they've not been on the greatest of form recently. So this was a big win for them and it will give them a huge boost, lift them up to 10th in the table. Chelsea at 6, they need to stop the rot at the weekend. City 1, West Brom 1 was the score at the Etihad. Ilkay Gundogan with a goal in the 30th minute, and you think it's going to be comfortable from them, but then Ruben Dias 43rd minute, and Man City just didn't really have anything in the second half, really, did they? Just couldn't break West Brom down. That's an incredible point, and then they go and slack Slaven Bilic. I don't know what they're thinking, but that's one of the harshest sackings I've seen in a long time. Moving on to Wednesday now, it finished Arsenal 1, Southampton 1 at the Emirates. It looked like they were in huge trouble, Arsenal, when Theo Walcott scored in the 18th minute. Got into the second half. Aubameyang scored his first goal in ages at the right end of the pitch, that is, in the 52nd minute. Arsenal were then looking to go and win the game. They looked more likely before Gabriel, stupid yellow card, got sent off. Arsenal just about hanged on. They stopped the rot and hopefully they can build on it this weekend away to Everton, but that'll be really hard. Southampton up to third. What a season they're having. 5, Newcastle 2 was the score at Ellen Road. Jeff Hendrick opened the scoring for Newcastle before Bamford equalised 1-1 in the second half. Rodrigo scored for Leeds to put them ahead before Clark equalised for Newcastle. Then it went a bit mad in the last 10 minutes. Dallas, Alioski and Harrison with the goals, and that's a really good win for Leeds. Been a bit hit and miss recently, but I hope they can kick off on after this win. Leeds in 13th, Newcastle in 14th. I think both teams will just be in and around the middle of the table this year. Nothing really much right home about the two sides. But anyway, moving on to Leicester 0, Everton 2. Everton, great win for them. Richarlison with a goal in the first half and Holgate with a goal in the second half, and they fully deserved it here. I was really impressed with Everton. Leicester will be gutted. They'll see this as a big opportunity missed to get in and around at the top of the table with Liverpool and Spurs playing each other. They'll be gutted, but Everton, great performance from them, and hopefully they can kick on. Easy game against relegation contenders next. Fulham 0, Brighton 0 was the score at Craven Cottage. Boring. Moving on now to Liverpool 2, Tottenham 1. Not sorry for Fulham and Brighton fans. Mo Salah opened the scoring in the 26th minute before Heung-min Son equalised just marginally onside in the 33rd minute. Firmino in the 90th minute, however. Tim Sherwood, looking at you, pal. What a win this was for Liverpool. Really put some breathing distance before them. Tottenham 1 point from the last 2 games. They need to, just make sure they don't go on a fall here because that will be gutted for them. It finished West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 1 at the London Stadium. Benteke opened the scoring in the 34th minute before Haller equalised in the 55th minute. Benteke was sent off for a second bookable offence in the 70th minute. Just little touch, may have been harsh, may not have been. But Palace held on. That's a really decent point looking at the form that the Hammers have been in. I think they'll be happy with that. West Ham still in 7th, they'll be frustrating. Palace 12th. First game on Thursday finished Aston Villa 0, Burnley 0. Really nothing game, to be honest. Not much between the two sides. Quite cagey. I kind of expected Aston Villa maybe to have a bit more of a play. They did have a lot more of the ball, but if we're being honest, did they really create too many clear-cut chances? No, they did have lots of attempts, but no real outstanding target. And they'll be disappointed as they'll see this on great chance to put more ground on the European spots. Burnley further away from the relegation zone, good point for them. It finished Manchester United 3, Sheffield United 2 at Bramall Lane. Bit of a crazy game this. McGoldrick put Blaze in front for a shocking error from De Gea. Rashford, Martial and Rashford again scored before David McGoldrick got his second of the afternoon, but it wasn't enough for Sheffield United. Manchester United look really good here going forward. Maybe just need to sort out a few minor errors going forward. They look on great form at the moment, but Sheffield United 1 point from 13. Unbelievable. Something needs to change there soon. QPR 0, Stoke 0 was the score at Loftus Road on Tuesday. Moving on to the Championship now, in case you haven't noticed, which you probably had. QPR probably had the better of the game early on. Stoke grew into it, but at the end of the day, neither team really looked like scoring. Neither team particularly impressed me. But I would say it's fairly entertaining for a 0-0. But yeah, Stoke in 8th, they just don't look the same without Campbell. QPR just struggling, they need to break the rot. Barnsley versus Preston finished 2-1 to Barnsley. Maguire with a goal for Preston early on, but that's cancelled out by 2 goals in the second half from Alex Malwat and 80th minute from a corner. I can't pronounce the name who scored, I'm sorry. Preston 16th, just so inconsistent. They just really need to get a couple of wins together. They're on a losing streak at the moment, need to sort that out. Barnsley 12th, what a job the new manager has done. They're just 4 points outside the playoffs. 1 Wickham 0 was the score at the Vitality. Bournemouth not at their best here, but the most important thing was they got the win. They got that win in the second half through Junior Stanislas after the most ridiculous red card from Wickham. Doing so well, and Patterson gets himself sent off like that. Just so poor, that really is, to be honest. Bournemouth now, they got commanding lead over Watford, 3 points ahead. It's looking really good for them. Wickham 23rd, you can't be giving away points like that, young man. Bristol City 0, Millwall 2 was the score at Ashton Gate. Tom Bradshaw and Mason Bennett with the goals here. Famara Deju was given a second ball bookable offence with 10 minutes to go, and that just rounds off a miserable night for Bristol City. 15th man Millwall, hopefully they're on the up after 1 win in 11 games now. Bristol City in 9th. I do worry this is the start of a fall down table for them because they look really, really, really poor. Nottingham Forest 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0 was the score at the City Ground. Huge win for Nottingham Forest, huge loss for Sheffield Wednesday. Ribeiro with a stunner in the 4th minute after an incredible assist from Cafu, living up to his name. Lewis Grabban then rounded that up with just a few minutes to go, and it featured a Sheffield Wednesday player joining in the celebrations, which I found a bit strange, but we're not going to go into details on that. But Tony Pulis, he just has to find a win out somewhere. The situation's looking awful for Sheffield now. Forest, that's a huge win. Watford 1, Brentford 1 was the score at Vicarage Road. It was quite an even game until the 58th minute when all hell erupted. Ethan Pinnock sent off in the 58th minute. Last man, Brandon his man, Troy Deeney then took a penalty, thrashed it home. 3 minutes later, however, Brentford were rewarding a penalty which even Tony put away to seal a point because they held on towards the end, and that's a great point for Brentford in the circumstances. Watford will be disappointed. Just 2 points separating those two sides. Derby 2, Swansea 0 was the score at Pride Park. Derby took an early lead really in the 4th minute through Kazim Richards before Zhariak in the 37th made it 2, and Swansea looked really poor. Derby, they were outstanding. If you told me which team was in 4th, which team was in 22nd before this, I wouldn't have believed you, and they seem to have been revived under Wayne Rooney. He's doing a great job there, long may it continue. Cardiff 3, Birmingham 2 was the score at the Cardiff City Stadium. Glatzel with the goal that put Cardiff in front before Roberts equalised for Birmingham and Sanchez put them 2-1 up. It all looked like it was all going wrong for Cardiff when Glatzel missed a penalty, but no, goal from Harry Wilson and a late one from Sean Morrison sealed the win. Wilson's front corners are just magic. That's huge for them, and it puts them in around the playoff picture again, just 3 points off. But anyway, it finished Middlesbrough 1, Luton 0 at the Riverside. Middlesbrough, 52nd minute, Akpom with a goal. Luton missed a penalty in the 69th minute after Sam Morsey was sent off just minutes later. And Luton just couldn't find a way through after that. Really, really poor from them. You'd expect them to break them down, but fair play to Middlesbrough, really solid defensive performance, and they probably did deserve the win. So, it finished Blackburn 2, Rotherham 1 at Ewood Park. Smith with the goal for Rotherham in the 61st minute, but Blackburn, they just beat these lowest division sides. Elliott with a goal in the 80th minute, and Adam Armstrong 90+7. They left it late, but that's a big win for Blackburn. and keeps them in track with the playoff picture, just 4 points off the playoffs. As for Rotherham, they'll see this as a missed opportunity, especially with Derby and Forest getting results. Coventry v Birmingham, Coventry v Huddersfield, 0-0, pretty boring game, two pretty average sides, to be honest. There's just nothing to write home about this. Huddersfield look comfortable mid-table. I suppose it's good recovery to come back from a thrashing at Bournemouth to pick up a point next game. Coventry in 18th. I think they're a bit too good to go down, but they're not particularly exciting. Just trying to keep the points total going really and stay away from danger. Reading 1, Norwich 2 was the score at the Medeski. Buendia, off a really bad mistake from the Reading player, scored in the 11th minute before Elise, that man again, in the 14th minute, equalised for Reading. Norwich got a rather fortuitous penalty. It looked like Aaron's dive, but I can see why it's given. 55th minute, and Reading huffed and puffed, but they just couldn't find a goal, and Norwich in a great position now, 4 wins on the trot. They look really good. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.